Now welcome to my product evaluation corner. Today we're going to compare my current needle champion, which is the Olympus Needle Master needle, the new needle, which is lovely, excellent control, so whenever you push the needle out it comes out at the other end, even in the most tortured position. I love it, and my assistants love it too, because there's very low resistance to injection through this needle, because the metal is very thin. You actually get a bigger channel than corresponding similar gauge needles. So this is my current champion in the blue corner, but the challenger is the MedWorks needle, the iCUS needle. I think there's two of them. There's iCUS 1 and iCUS 2, so I compared both. In fact, the one I'm holding here in my hand is the green one here, is the iCUS 2 needle. I think MedWorks got a bit of an issue with naming the products. iCUS is like a joke you don't get. What does it mean, iCUS? Is it the Roman god of knitting or something? Not that I can tell. I had to Google it, and iCUS stands for the International Chronic Urticaria Society. I'm not the wiser. Maybe MedWorks rep can enlighten me to what it actually means in iCUS. Anyway, is it any good? So in the red corner we've got the MedWorks iCUS needle. Let battle begin. As you know, we're going to compare 4 different domains. We're going to compare control, how well the needles come out and in really tortuous positions. We're going to compare the flow rate of the two needles. We're going to compare the sharpness of the tip of the needle, and we're going to compare the price. So let's battle begin. The control of the needle is measured with my loop test, which you can all do on a product stand, etc. Basically, make a loop like this, 10 centimeter in diameter, and check if the needle comes in and out. Yeah, it should do with 1, of course. 2, yes, all the needles should come in and out with 2. 3, yes, a reasonable needle should do that, and sure enough, the MedWorks needle, if I put the needle out here, it comes out at the end. 4 loops, I'm pushing it now. There's not many needles that will work with 4 tight loops like this, and the MedWorks can't actually do it. I push it out, nothing happens at the end, as you can see. The MedWorks, the Olympus needle, however, does. Even in 4 tight loops, it comes in and it comes out. That's is my current champion needle, and on the matter of control, it remains unbeaten. So this round goes to the Olympus Needle Master needle. Now, the flow rate I measure by having a 50 ml syringe that I fill to 30 ml of water, and then I attach it to the end of the needle, Lua locked, of course, because otherwise you're going to make a mess of your endoscopy unit. And then you basically measure how long does it take to empty my 30 ml of needle, my 30 ml syringe through a colonic length 23 gauge version of the needle. That's my standard test. And it took 41 seconds to empty an iCUS 1 needle. It took 47 seconds to empty an iCUS 2 needle. It seemed to be a bit kind of more narrow inside. It's not much in it, but they're both beaten by the Olympus Injection Master needle, which empties in a fantastic 27 seconds. Again, I think it's because the actual needle because the metal is very thin, is very little resistant, and my partners in endoscopies, they do thank me for that, because they don't end up with a sore thumb at the end of the procedure. So the second round, flow rate, again goes to the Olympus Injection Master. Now, round number 3 is the sharpness of the needle, and I measure that by basically measuring what force the needle is required to penetrate quite a thick plastic membrane, and here all needles apart from the Olympus first Olympus injection needle are relatively sharp. You don't want to poke around you want the needle to glide in relatively effortlessly, and I found that the Olympus needle which looks sharp when you touch the tip, has a resistance of 55 newtons. It takes a force of 55 newtons to penetrate my plastic membrane. However, the new MedWorks needle only requires a force of 32 newtons. So my scale is nearly twice as sharp. And if you actually look at the two needles side by side, you can tell that this MedWorks needle is jolly sharp. Really, really sharp. And in fact, I think it's the sharpest needle that is on the market currently, at least the sharpest I've ever tested. So this round is won by the MedWorks needle. Final round, the price, and I have a bit of a gripe about price, because the Bipsa forces we use, which is a fantastic little piece of engineering with hinges and handles that moves and stuff, we usually pay about £5 for. These, which is a cheap piece of plastic, shaped plastic at one end and a sharp needle at the other, and a flimsy bit of plastic in between, we pay £15 for. It makes no sense. The MedWorks needle is going in the right direction. We actually, in Leeds at least, we pay £12 for this needle. So it is cheap, but it's not cheap enough. But I think, well, no, I'm gonna declare it a draw, round 4, because there should both be sub £10. In fact, it should be nearer to £5. So this round is a draw. Now, the final scores are in, and my current champion in the blue corner retains the title. The reliability, when you're in a difficult position, and the low resistance, so your assistant doesn't need to get a numb thumb to empty the syringe, takes the day. Of course, the MedWorks needle is sharper, but I still put controllability and flow rate above sharpness. Now, of course, MedWorks, which is a great company, doesn't take this lying down. They got a new, improved needle waiting in the wings called the Manta. Yeah, don't mention it. Why Manta? Anyway, that's supposed to be even better than the iCUS 1, so I'm really looking forward to testing that. Price is an issue with both of them, because if you're somewhere in the world, these needles will be used to injecting varices. You want a clean needle for each varices, but you might not get it in some place of the world if the unit has to pay £15 equivalent for each injection needle. They're far too expensive. They should be like £2 or something. They should be dirt cheap, even if that, I think, sacrifices some of the functionality, I would have thought. Anyway, the test has come to an end, and there's no doubt about it that the winner in the blue corner is the Olympus Needle Master. Thank you very much.